Welcome back to our channel. Today, in quiet reverence, we remember the talented artists who left us too soon, some only just days ago. From the icons of Hollywood to rising stars, they each brought light to the world of entertainment, until they passed away suddenly. If you feel moved by their stories, we invite you to leave a like as a silent tribute in their memory. Thank you. Now, let us begin.
Or try to help and harm them along the way.
Mark Brokaw, the visionary stage director behind This Is Our Youth and How I Learned to Drive, has tragically passed away at the age of 66. Known for his quiet brilliance and deep influence on American theater, Brokaw's death on June 29th was confirmed by actress Cameron Manheim. The acclaimed director succumbed to a long battle with cancer, leaving behind a legacy of extraordinary artistry and compassion. Rising to prominence in the 1990s, Mark Brokaw directed landmark productions across off-Broadway, Broadway, and global stages, nurturing the voices of Paula Vogel, Kenneth Lonergan, and Nikki Silver. His masterful touch brought life to award-winning plays like The Lions, Reckless, and Rodgers plus Hammerstein's Cinderella, earning him deep reverence within the theater community. His passing was shared with heartfelt sorrow by colleagues and collaborators. He was the epitome of class, playwright Nikki Silver wrote. The world feels emptier today. Brokaw's battle with cancer was fought quietly, even as he reunited with actors Mary Louise Parker and David Morse to revive How I Learned to Drive, nearly 3 decades after its debut. A powerful comeback that defined his enduring spirit. As a veteran mentor, board member, and teacher, he shaped generations through the Drama League and Yale Institute for Music Theater. He is survived by his husband of 36 years, Andrew Farber. Mark Brokaw leaves behind a legacy that will echo through every curtain call. His name, like his work, remains unforgettable.
On the condition book, every little detail, and then managing the help. It was amazing how...
D. Wayne Lukas, the legendary Hall of Fame horse trainer behind 15 Triple Crown wins, has sadly passed away at the age of 89. Revered as one of the most influential figures in thoroughbred racing, Lukas died peacefully Saturday night at his home in Kentucky, following complications from a severe MRSA blood infection that impacted his heart and digestive system. Over 5 decades, Lukas built a towering legacy, capturing 4 Kentucky Derbies, 7 Preakness Stakes, and 4 Belmont Stakes. With nearly 5,000 victories and over $310 million in earnings, his name became synonymous with excellence, precision, and an uncanny ability to read the soul of a horse. Fellow trainers and jockeys affectionately called him Coach, a tribute to both his early years as a basketball coach and his lifelong role as a mentor in the racing world. His death was confirmed by family in a statement to Churchill Downs, honoring his life and his decision to spend his final days surrounded by peace, family, and faith. Even in his late 80s, Lukas defied age, mounting his pony each dawn, guiding champions like Seize the Grey to victory. His career comeback in recent years was nothing short of remarkable, fueled by sheer passion and discipline. D. Wayne Lukas leaves behind not just a record, but a cultural impact. A true veteran mentor, a living legend, now resting in grace, but forever remembered at the finish line. Marjorie Nonna Grande, beloved matriarch and cultural inspiration to millions, has tragically passed away at the age of 98. Best known as the heart behind pop icon Ariana Grande, Nonna touched the world not through headlines, but through quiet wisdom, deep love, and a timeless spirit that transcended generations. She made history in 2024 when, at age 98, she became the oldest artist ever to chart on the Billboard Hot 100, with her voice featured on Ariana's heartfelt ballad, Ordinary Things. It wasn't her first musical appearance. Her words also graced songs like Bloodline and Daydreamin', forming a thread of emotional truth woven into Ariana's sound. Her family confirmed she passed peacefully at home, surrounded by those she loved most. A widow who once tattooed her late husband's nickname on her finger at 93, Nonna showed the world that love never fades, and neither does grace. From red carpets to bedtime advice, from watching Wicked in a Florida theater to holding hands on MTV's stage, she lived a life steeped in devotion, humility, and joy. Marjorie Grande's legacy is not just familial, it is cultural. She reminded us that the most ordinary things in life are often the most eternal. Her voice, her spirit, her wisdom will forever echo in the music and in our hearts. Brian Wilson, the visionary genius behind the Beach Boys and the California Sound, has sadly passed away at the age of 82. His family confirmed the news on June 11, 2025, through a heartfelt statement. "We are sharing our grief with the world. Love and mercy." His longtime bandmate Al Jardine also confirmed the singer's passing in the early morning hours. As co-founder, composer, and co-lead vocalist of the Beach Boys, Wilson helped shape an era with timeless hits like Surfin' USA, Good Vibrations, and the legendary Pet Sounds. Inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and honored by the Kennedy Center, Brian Wilson's music became anthems of American youth and reflections of deep emotional artistry. Tragically, his brilliance was often shadowed by battles with depression, addiction, and trauma. Deaf in one ear from childhood abuse, Wilson faced decades of mental health struggles. Yet he returned, again and again, through the pain, completing Smile in 2004 and inspiring a new generation with his redemptive journey. Wilson lost his beloved wife Melinda in early 2024 and soon after was placed under conservatorship due to cognitive decline. He passed away peacefully at home, surrounded by family. Brian Wilson leaves behind a cultural legacy that transcends music, a story of pain, beauty, and perseverance. His melodies will echo long after the final wave has broken. Lalo Schifrin, the legendary composer behind Mission, Impossible, and Enter the Dragon, has passed away at the age of 93. Tragically, the Argentine maestro died on June 26, 2025, due to complications from pneumonia, as confirmed by his son, filmmaker Ryan Schifrin. He spent his final moments at a hospital in Los Angeles, surrounded by family, a peaceful, close to a life orchestrated with brilliance. Born Boris Claudio Schifrin, he was a classically trained pianist who fell in love with jazz as a teenager, later fusing both worlds into some of the most iconic scores in film and television history. From the adrenaline-fueled Mission, Impossible theme, composed in just 3 minutes, to the raw tension of Dirty Harry, Schifrin's music became the pulse of a generation. Despite his global acclaim, Schifrin remained humble, often describing his compositions as writing a letter. Yet through decades, he earned 6 Oscar nominations, 4 Grammys, and conducted the world's greatest orchestras. He collaborated with legends like Clint Eastwood, Bruce Lee, and Ray Charles, leaving an indelible mark on both Hollywood and concert halls. His journey was one of quiet reinvention, from Buenos Aires jazz clubs to Beverly Hills studios, from political exile to musical immortality. Lalo Schifrin is survived by his wife Nonna, 3 children, and 4 grandchildren. His legacy, bold, timeless, and unmistakably his, will live on every time that match strikes and the fuse begins to burn.
So one day I come down to the set and was going to rehearse a scene with Boss Hogg and Andy Johnson.
Rick Hurst, the beloved character actor who brought warmth and joy to The Dukes of Hazzard, has passed away at the age of 79. Tragically, the actor best known for portraying Deputy Cletus Hogg died on the morning of June 26, 2025. His passing was confirmed by his ex-wife, Candice Kaniecki, who noted it came unexpectedly. Fellow castmate Ben Jones and representatives for his son, actor Ryan Hurst, also shared the heartbreaking news. Rick Hurst's most iconic role came between 1980 and 1983, when he graced American television screens as the good-hearted, comically clumsy Cletus Hogg. His impeccable comedic timing, gentle smile, and genuine warmth made him more than a character. He became family to millions of viewers. Beyond the Dukes of Hazzard, Rick brought charm to shows like On the Rocks, MASH, The Wonder Years, and films such as Steel Magnolias and The Karate Kid Part 3. But perhaps his greatest role was the one he played off-screen, as a kind, generous soul who never missed a chance to connect with his devoted fans. Though he faced the typical ebbs of a long Hollywood career, Rick never lost his joy for performing. His legacy lives on not just through reruns, but in the memories of those who laughed with him across generations. He is survived by his son Ryan and 2 ex-wives. Rest easy, Rick. Your smile still rides shotgun in the hearts of many. Douglas McCarthy, the iconic frontman of Nitzer Ebb, known for shaping the sound of electronic body music, has sadly passed away at the age of 58. The news was confirmed by his band via Instagram on June 11, 2025, accompanied by a request for privacy during this difficult time. While no official cause was given, McCarthy had previously revealed his battle with liver cirrhosis, a consequence of years of alcohol abuse. In early 2024, he stepped away from touring, acknowledging his ongoing sobriety journey and the long road of recovery. McCarthy's career began in 1982, when he co-founded Nitzer Ebb in Essex, England. With their debut album That Total Age and hits like Join the Chant and Control I'm Here, they helped define the aggressive, rhythmic force of industrial dance music. Touring with Depeche Mode and signing with both Mute and Geffen Records, McCarthy's powerful vocals became a signature of the genre's golden age. Despite the struggles of addiction, McCarthy experienced a profound comeback. After years away, he reunited with the band in 2006 and released their final LP Industrial Complex in 2010. His 2012 solo album Kill Your Friends marked a deeply personal artistic return. Douglas is survived by his wife and family. As tributes pour in, his legacy as a pioneering voice in electronic music, and as a man who sought redemption through resilience, remains unforgettable. May his music echo on in the hearts of all who found strength and meaning in his sound. Harris Yulin, the venerable stage and screen actor, known for his commanding roles in Scarface and Ghostbusters II, has sadly passed away at the age of 87. His death, caused by cardiac arrest, occurred on June 10, 2025, in New York City, as confirmed by his family and longtime manager, Sue Liebman. With a career that spanned over 6 decades, Yulin became a beloved presence on both stage and screen, known for his resonant voice, refined craft, and quiet charisma. From his Broadway debut in Watch on the Rhine to acclaimed film performances in Clear and Present Danger, Training Day, and The Place Beyond the Pines, Yulin carved a legacy rooted in dignity and emotional depth. On television, his Emmy-nominated role in Frasier and appearances in Ozark, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt showcased his versatility and enduring relevance. A man of substance beyond the spotlight, Yulin was described by director Michael Hoffman as the beating heart of their last project together, the upcoming MGM Plus series American Classic. His humility, generosity, and deep reverence for the art of acting left an indelible mark on generations of performers. He is survived by his wife, actress Kristen Lohman, and a loving extended family. In his passing, we remember a true craftsman whose performances linger in memory, timeless, textured, and profoundly human. May he rest in grace and light. Bobby Sherman, the heart-fluttering teen idol of the 1960s and star of Here Come the Brides, has sadly passed away at the age of 81. His wife, Brigitte Poublon, confirmed that he died holding her hand after a courageous battle with stage 4 kidney cancer. Sherman's rise to fame began with his boyish charm and crystal-clear vocals on Shindig in the mid-60s. He soon became a household name with top 10 Billboard hits like Little Woman, Julie, Do You Love Me, and Easy Come, Easy Go. As the shy Jeremy Bolt on Here Come the Brides, he captured hearts across America. His image adorned bedroom walls and lunchboxes, forever etched in the golden age of teen idol stardom. In a remarkable act of personal reinvention, Bobby stepped away from the spotlight in the 1970s to become an EMT and reserve police officer. His later years were devoted to saving lives, teaching CPR, and building a legacy of compassion and service, a true redemption arc from pop icon to public hero. He is survived by his beloved wife Brigitte, 2 sons, and 6 grandchildren. Bobby leaves behind not only millions of records sold and timeless TV memories, but also a foundation in his name helping children in need. A rare soul who gave both fame and empathy, Bobby Sherman's legacy will forever sing in our hearts.
To this new song that I don't know if y'all know about this. For those of you watching around the world, it has been a tough couple of days for us here.
Ellen DeGeneres once made the whole world smile. But how did she learn to smile again when no one was watching? It's a question many still ask, especially now, as Ellen shares glimpses of a quiet life far from the Hollywood spotlight she once ruled. But to truly understand her comeback, her redemption, and the legacy she's now reshaping, we have to go back to the very beginning, to the girl behind the grin. Born in 1958 in Metairie, Louisiana, Ellen grew up in a middle-class family where laughter often served as the soft shield against life's disappointments. Her mother, Betty, a strong-willed speech therapist, played a formative role, especially when Ellen later came out. Betty didn't flinch. She stood by her daughter with the kind of quiet resilience that would become Ellen's own armor. Ellen's early life wasn't marked by luxury, fame, or certainty. In fact, her path looked more like survival than ambition. She worked as a house painter, waitress, and vacuum cleaner saleswoman, anything to pay the rent. But comedy was where she breathed. On dingy nightclub stages in New Orleans, she sharpened her wit with stories not of fame, but of awkward moments, heartbreak, and absurd everyday truths. And audiences loved her because she wasn't trying to be larger than life. She was just Ellen. Her first big break came in 1982 when she was named the funniest person in America by Showtime. But the real game changer arrived in 1986 when she made her network debut on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. After her set, Carson, notoriously reserved, invited her to sit down. That single gesture launched Ellen from the small clubs of Louisiana to national fame. By the early 90s, she had her own sitcom. Ellen, which aired on ABC from 1994 to 1998, started as a classic comedy, but turned into a cultural flashpoint when, in 1997, both the character Ellen Morgan and Ellen herself came out as gay. It was unprecedented. On the cover of Time magazine, Ellen declared, "Yep, I'm gay." It was bold, it was brave, and it cost her dearly. In a time when LGBTQ+ visibility on television was nearly non-existent, Ellen's decision wasn't just groundbreaking, it was risky. She lost deals, lost fans, and eventually lost her show. And when the cancellation came, she wasn't even told directly. An assistant read it in the trades. Just like that, the nation's brightest comedic voice went silent. For 3 long years, Ellen virtually disappeared from the public eye. But as we would learn later, she wasn't gone. She was building a new foundation, one that would not just redeem her career, but redefine what a comeback could look like. When she returned in 2003 with The Ellen DeGeneres Show, the world didn't just get a fun talk show. It got a daily dose of laughter, dancing, surprise guests, and heartfelt generosity. Her sign-off at the end of each episode, "Be kind to one another," became a national mantra, echoing through living rooms, schools, and social media. She wasn't just a host, she was the queen of daytime. She hosted the Oscars. She broke Twitter with the most retweeted selfie in history. She gave away cars, paid off debts, and reminded people, daily, that kindness still mattered. And yet, even in her brightest moments, there remained a vulnerability behind her signature grin. The quiet knowledge that public love can vanish, just as quickly as it came. But for now, Ellen was back, stronger, kinder, funniest. The comeback had begun, and no one danced through it quite like her. But just as Ellen became a fixture of daily American life, just as her legacy felt untouchable, the ground shifted beneath her. In the summer of 2020, at the height of a global pandemic when the world desperately needed kindness, Ellen DeGeneres found herself at the center of a cultural firestorm. BuzzFeed released a bombshell exposé, alleging a toxic work environment behind the scenes of the Ellen DeGeneres show. Claims of racism, fear, mistreatment, and even intimidation flooded headlines. The contrast between her public mantra, "Be kind to one another," and the private reports was devastating. The internet turned on her. Clips resurfaced, moments that had once seemed quirky now felt cold. A champagne toast with Mariah Carey, long thought playful, was now viewed as coercive. Staff members accused her of elitism, cruelty, and hypocrisy. There were whispers she wouldn't let anyone look her in the eye, that she sent employees home for wearing the wrong perfume, or for simply smelling human. The backlash wasn't just online. Hollywood began to whisper too. Internally, Warner Brothers launched an investigation. Over 100 former employees were interviewed. The verdict? Something had gone wrong, deeply wrong, in the very place America once looked to for joy. Ellen opened season 18 of her show with a somber monologue. She stood alone on stage, no audience, no dancing, just the raw weight of responsibility. "I've learned that things happened here that never should have happened," she admitted. "I take that very seriously, and I want to say, I am so sorry to the people who were affected." But that wasn't the line that lingered. It was this one: "I am a work in progress." This wasn't a deflection. It was a surrender, the kind that only comes when your public image is stripped away, and what remains is just the person. The world watched. Some rolled their eyes, others leaned in, and slowly, almost quietly, Ellen made a decision that would change everything. She walked away, not with a dramatic goodbye, not with a book deal or a docuseries. In 2021, she announced season 19 would be her last. Then, in November 2024, after the re-election of Donald Trump, and after selling both her homes in Montecito, she and Portia packed their lives and left the country. The queen of daytime television moved to the English countryside. For some, it looked like retreat. But for Ellen, it was something deeper, a reclamation. A comeback not in fame, but in spirit. A redemption not in public forgiveness, but in private peace. She let her hair go gray. She traded stilettos and spotlight for boots and compost. And most surprisingly, she took up mowing the lawn. In a now viral Instagram video, Ellen can be seen struggling to ride a lawnmower uphill, while Portia, behind the camera, tries not to laugh. "Portia thought it would be fun to film my first time on the mower," Ellen captioned the post. She was right. It was goofy, it was raw, it was real. That video, Ellen DeGeneres, stuck on a slope with a lawnmower and a smile, might be the most honest image of her journey. Not polished, not perfect, just trying. In her new life, Ellen found symbols in the smallest things. A rainbow stretching across the cloudy British sky, a wife capturing it on camera, and a coop of nervous chickens learning to adjust to a new home. "Three things that make me happy," she wrote. "My wife, a rainbow, and my wife taking a photo of a rainbow." There's no studio applause now. no big prize giveaways. But maybe that's not the point anymore. Her sobriety journey, not from substances but from fame, became a quiet revolution. No press conferences, no apologies on loop, just distance, space, a woman in her 60s learning how to be a beginner again. Today, Ellen DeGeneres lives not in the bright echo of applause, but in the hush of English countryside mornings. Nearly 2 decades after becoming America's daytime queen, she now rises to the sound of hens clucking in the garden. Her home, a charming farmhouse nestled in the rolling green hills of rural England, offers no studio lights, no writers' rooms, no celebrity cameos, and yet, for the first time in years, Ellen seems genuinely at peace. She's 67 now, and her silver hair, once dyed, styled, and sprayed daily for cameras, flows naturally. Her days are simple, tending to chickens, walking with Portia through the fields, catching rainbows, and yes, even mowing the lawn when the hill isn't too steep. Her most recent project was a post on Instagram, sharing her delight in watching her wife snap a photo of a rainbow. "You take care of me," she once wrote to Portia. "You help me see the good in everything." That may be Ellen's greatest gift, not the ability to make people laugh, but the ability to rediscover joy, even after losing everything. In this new chapter, she's chosen a kind of emotional sobriety journey. No longer intoxicated by fame or expectation, she's reconnecting with the version of herself that first made people fall in love, the girl who joked about vacuum cleaners and smoky clubs, the woman who dared to say, "Yep, I'm gay," on a magazine cover, the host who gave without asking for credit. Her comeback hasn't been televised. It's been personal, and it's ongoing. She remains a veteran mentor to many, even from afar. Young queer entertainers and comedians often cite Ellen as the spark that gave them permission to dream out loud. And while she may not appear on talk shows anymore, her influence lingers in every inclusive storyline, every pride-themed episode, every moment a performer is allowed to be fully, publicly themselves. Her cultural impact is not tied to screen time. It's stitched into the fabric of a more accepting entertainment world. Financially, she's still one of Hollywood's most successful figures. A legacy of homes sold, brands launched, including Kind Science, her skincare line, and a decades-long career that rewrote what daytime TV could be. But Ellen's real wealth now is measured in peace, in partnership, in the ability to disappear without disappearing. What's remarkable isn't that Ellen left Hollywood. It's that she did so without bitterness. Her fans, especially the older generation who grew up watching her evolution, now find inspiration in the quiet courage of this next phase. She's not proving anything. She's living, fully. With chickens and rainbows, yes, but also with perspective. Sometimes the greatest legacy isn't how loudly you change the world. It's how gracefully you stepped back from it. "I'm a work in progress." That line, once spoken under pressure, now feels like a life philosophy, an open-ended sentence that grants her the freedom to keep becoming. So if you ever wonder what happened to Ellen DeGeneres, she's still here. Just not where you last left her. She's out there, somewhere over the rainbow, taking slow breaths, loving her wife, feeding her chickens, smiling quietly into the wind. And maybe, just maybe, learning how to be kind to herself. If her story touched you, inspired you, or simply made you smile today, don't forget to subscribe. There are more stories like Ellen's waiting to be told, not about the fall, but about what comes after.